Good day, everyone. It's me, Doc Gary. For today, we're going to talk about the basics of special education in the Philippines. Before we start with the discussion, I would like to invite everyone to please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button together with the bell button so you'll be able to get the latest videos. So for today, we're going to talk about the basics of special education here in the Philippines. Let's put a definition first of special education. It refers to the specially designed instruction to meet the unique needs and abilities of exceptional students. So when we say exceptional students, we're talking about people who have disabilities or what we call as differently able. So because they are not capable of doing their tasks like those who are regularly able, we would try to design a specially designed instruction for them. So gagawa tayo ng kakaibang mga ways, gagawa tayo ng specially designed instruction, ibang mga methods and techniques, ibang mga paraan para maturuan natin sila ng maayos so that they would be able to cope up with least supervision. Yun naman yung target natin. They would be able to perform their task na konti lang or minimal ang nagsusupervise sa kanila. It means that they could be able to do things on their own. Right? So it is also pertains to the education of students with special needs in a way that addresses the students' individual differences in needs. Katulad ng sinabi natin, they have their own needs and therefore they would be given specialized instruction so that they would be able to cope up. Ideally, this process would involve the individually planned and systematically monitored arrangement of teaching procedures. So that, unlike the usual regular classes, the individual planned and systematic monitored arrangement will be done. So meron silang tinatawag na IEP, Individualized Educational Plan. So gumagawa ng plan because all people with disabilities have their own ways of disability. So papasok doon yung individual differences. And therefore, gagawa ka ngayon ng plan of education that is considered to be individual. So unique yung isang program para sa unique na tao lang din. Isang program sa isang tao, hindi mo gagamitin kahit kanino or para sa lahat yan. It is specially designed for this particular person who has the disability. Right? There's also the adapted equipment and materials, accessible settings, and other interventions designed to help learners with special needs achieve a high level of personal sufficiency and success in. So gagawin mo sila ng mga materials, gagawin mo sila ng mga equipment, mga tools, that they would be able to use. Yan yung mga computer-aided, yan yung mga ginagamit no, hearing aid, yan yung mga ginagamit no, mga specialized materials that they could use so that they would be able to perform similar to regular students. Right? What is the philosophy of special education? The philosophy came from Batas Pambansa bilang 232, which the state shall provide the right of every individual to relevant, quality education regardless of sex, age, breed, socioeconomic status, physical and mental condition, social and ethnic origin, political and other affiliation. The state shall therefore promote and maintain equality of access to education as well as the enjoyment of benefits of education by all its citizens. Right? So kahit sino pwedeng makatanggap ng quality education. Education in the Philippines is considered to be mandated kasi meron po tayong binibigay na public schools. Right? The fact that public schools is free, therefore it is mandated up to the basic education in high school. Now let's talk about the legal basis of special education. It is anchored on Republic Act 7277, an act providing for the rehabilitation, self-development, and self-reliance of disabled persons and their integration into the mainstream of the society and for other purposes. So there is an act to rehabilitate, try to have self-development to enhance what they're capable of, self-reliance, they can do things on their own among disabled people. So they would have to be integrated into the mainstream society. Ibig sabihin po niyan, ini-equip po natin ang mga taong may kapansanan para kaya nilang mag-survive, kaya nilang mag-coexist, at kaya nilang makapag-perform sa kanilang mga society, and they would also become contributory, right? It was in the year 1935 when the first enactment of special education took place. So 1935 pa yan. Hanggang ngayon, meron po tayong special education and it's very helpful for people who have disability. Right? Batas Pambansa bilang 344 enacted the Accessibility Law. Right? It is an act enhancing the mobility of disabled persons by requiring cars, buildings, institutions, establishment, and public utilities to install facilities and other devices for people with disability. Kaya kung makikita nyo, pag pupunta po kayo sa mga malls, may makikita kayong mga area doon specifically designed, specially designed for disabled people. Diba? Sa CR, meron male, may female, tapos meron po sa disabled. Ganun din sa mga hagdan, merong ramp. Di ba? In other malls, meron silang pinapahiram ng mga wheelchair. Right? So, yun yung mga requirement. Also, sa mga cars, di ba, naging mandate, may hawakan, merong steps, merong so that people with disabilities would be able to enjoy those facilities and public utilities that we have. Right? So, tandaan na, Batas Pambansa bilang 344. Right? What are the different special education delivery services? Ito po madalas po nating napag-uusapan. Ano yung mga pwedeng pasukan ng mga disabled nating mga kapatid? Di ba? Those people with disabilities. Kadalasan ang kilala ng marami is what we call as yung mainstream. Di ba? Ang primary target is to have inclusive education. Right? When we talk about inclusive education, we would want children with disabilities to go to a regular school. But before they would be able to have that, these are the different considerations of the different special education delivery service that we can consider. Right? Una, nandyan yung tinatawag nating special education center. That's the basic. That's the base of all the special education program in a school. Right? It's like the school within the school concept. So, meron kang isang buong school dyan, tapos meron kang area, meron kang section, meron kang department that would handle special education. Right? So, meron kang regular school, tapos merong area doon for special education. Okay? That's the special education center. Now, meron tayong tinatawag na special class or yung tinatawag nating self-contained class. It is composed of a group of pupils with the same exceptional or disability. Right? So, kanina, sabi natin merong SPED center. Ngayon, we have the special class. Pag sinabi natin special class, the students here have the same exceptionality or disability. So, kung visually impaired lang, puro visually impaired. Kung may autism, autism lang. Kung may ADHD, puro ADHD lang yung mga estudyante. So, pare-pareho sila ng kinikater. We call it as the special class or self-contained class. Right? Ito po, isa sa mga sikat po nakilala ng marami, yung tinatawag nilang mainstreaming program. When we say mainstreaming program, we allow children with disabilities to be integrated in a regular class and learn side by side with their peers. Right? Ito po ang basis niyan. There are two types of mainstreaming. Partial mainstreaming at saka full mainstreaming. When we say mainstreaming, galing na po sila sa SPED school. Right? Nung nandun na po sila sa SPED school, nakatapos sila ng certain level, pwede na silang isama sa regular. Right? Not unlike the inclusive education, sabi ko kanina, the students go directly to a regular class even if they have disability. Gagawa ngayon ng paraan ang mga teacher para ma-accommodate yung bata by making their IEP. Right? Kaya, ang importante doon is that they will allow the child with disability to be able to mingle with regular students. Right? Pero yung iba po, ginagawa po nila, they would go to special education first, tapos pag okay na siya, pag ready na po yung bata, they would have the child go to mainstream. May dalawang klase po ng mainstream. We have the partial mainstream and we have the full mainstream. When we say partial mainstream, children with moderate or severe forms of disabilities integrated in regular classes in selected subjects. Right? Nakapag-SPED, okay na siya sa math, okay na siya sa English, pwede na siyang integrate. Papasok na siya sa regular class pero math and science or English lang kung saan po siya nag-fit in. Right? When we talk about full mainstream, the child with disability going to regular class and participate in all subjects. So yung skills niya na natutunan niya sa special education, pwede nang i-categorize for grade 1, therefore pwede na siyang pumasok sa regular class na pang grade 1. Okay? You also have the special day class. When you talk about the special day class, it focuses on helping children develop social skills and self-control. Technically, a special day class is designed to help children become successfully integrated with their family. Ito po yung more on self-help skills. To be able to create social skills, to be able to create self-control, pwede ko sila makihalubilo sa mga tao. The child may be eligible for this program if he or she suffers from severe mental or emotional disorders and learning disabilities. The special education classes are taught by trained special educators. So pag special day class, talaga pong may specialization, right? Makafocus lang halimbawa sa speech, focus lang halimbawa sa isang target area through which they would be able to enhance and equip the child to become functional members of the society. Okay? And of course, you also have your residential or boarding school. Students are provided with both special education and dormitory services. So doon sila nag-aaral and at the same time, doon din sila nakatira. They would be complementing the curricular programs that would have house parents, diagnostic services, guidance and counseling, recreation, and different social activities. So doon na nakatira yung bata. Magkakaroon siya doon ng house parent, sila yung magluluto ng pagkain nila, sila yung magtitrain ng mga gawaing bahay. Andun na rin yung iba't ibang mga means nila through which they would learn different social activities. So yun yung tinatawag nating residential or boarding school. You also have the resource room. Students with mild to moderate disability across all disability categories would benefit from this. Vast majority of students have academic needs or learning disabilities in one or more core academic areas. So halimbawa yung estudyante may isang subject siya talagang the student is struggling. So yung sa resource room at the time ng halimbawa struggling sa math, pag time na ng math niya, ipo-pull out siya, ilalagay siya sa resource room. The resource room will be equipped with different modalities so that the child would be able to cope up in their mathematical subjects. Potential needs in organizational and societal behavioral domains would also be considered, right? Learning alongside general education peers for the majority of the day. So majority of the day, kasama niyo yung mga classmates niya and everyone. Pero on this particular subject, yung talagang the child is having difficulties and challenges, then pull out siya to be sent to a resource room. And there you have it, the different basics of special education here in the Philippines. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you were able to pick a thing or two that you can use in your teaching practice.